Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to raise your KD in Warzone. Even if you aren't someone who cares about your kill-death ratio, this is still going to be a helpful video because it's going to be more focused on how to just be a better player overall. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, you don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. I just want to say thank you for watching this video and let's get into it. So the first topic we're going to cover is going to be focus on the little things. This is one of the keys to becoming a much better player. About a year ago, I had a 3.17 KD with about 6,000 kills. As of today, I have a 3.4 KD with 23,000 kills. There is not too much of a difference in my overall aim, my movement, and my positioning from about a year ago. Where there is a difference is in the small things. For example, two of the biggest things I had to learn was game audio and how to use my mini-map correctly. Too often, I was not hitting the mini-map button to pull out my full map. By not doing this, I didn't get a full understanding of everyone on my mini-map, and I was lacking so much knowledge that I needed to have, and all it took was me just hitting the center button on my PS5 controller. All it does is pull up the map, but now when I see red dots, when I call in a UAV, all of that, I can get a much better picture because I'm seeing so much more and getting so much more intel on my mini-map. That is really such a small skill. On the flip side, when talking about audio, one of the key things is people don't realize how much noise they really make. When you're approaching a situation, you make a lot of noise unless you're consciously thinking about it. And if you can take the time to avoid making noise by crouching, by walking, by using dead silence, by whatever, you can give yourself a massive advantage. So many times people ruin their surprise, they ruin their ability to win gunfights because they just make too much noise. They're stomping around, they run headfirst into a situation without using any bit of tactical awareness and tactical skill. One of the final examples I'm going to cover in this are going to be throwing knives. When I down someone, if you are able to use a throwing knife to finish that person, you are creating so much space and time for yourself to make plays. By using the throwing knife to kill that person, you're saving bullets, you're giving yourself time to reload, you're giving yourself time to reposition, and you're giving yourself time to plate. It is really a small thing. All you're doing is just throwing a throwing knife. But by learning this, by using it, by incorporating it into your game, you're going to become a much better player. And I'm not even kidding. All in all, the main point I'm trying to get across is that becoming a better Warzone player requires focusing on a bunch of small things as well as the big skills like your aim, movement, etc. Anyways guys, moving on from there, let's get into part 2. And this is going to be, do what's best for you as a player. The whole point of this section is to essentially highlight screw whatever people like me and whatever other big YouTubers are saying when it comes to guns, when it comes to your playstyle. Do what feels best for you. I know so many YouTubers like myself, we suggest so many guns, and I know so many people, they try out what we suggest and they just don't like it. And I want people to know that's okay and that's normal. Not every gun is meant for every person, and I think it's far better to use something you're comfortable with over something that's considered quote-unquote meta. If, for example, you are able to use a gun that's considered off meta far more effectively and hit way more of your shots than you would with a gun that's considered meta, then use that. You're going to have far more success, you're going to get far more kills, you're going to have a much better time using the gun you can hit more shots with. Raw time to kill does not matter if you're not able to hit your shots, and I cannot stress that enough. However, this has a flip side. Guns have predictive recoil, and sometimes people don't give guns enough of a chance to truly learn them. Some people, they try things and it feels uncomfortable, but if they use the gun for 10 or so games, they're going to learn the recoil, they're going to learn the way that it feels, the way that it handles, all of those smaller things, and they're going to have a much better experience with it. And this exact thing is why certain guns feel so much better than others for some people. If you take a gun like the Modern Warfare MP5, a lot of people are really good at controlling the recoil on that gun because they've used it a lot in their lifetimes. Same thing with the M4A1. And so for you as an individual, you probably have your own guns that you're slightly better using than other guns, and you should feel free to use those guns. On the flip side, if you want to use a new gun and you just don't feel comfortable with it, keep in mind that you do need to learn the recoil. That recoil is predictive and can be learned, and so you will get better with certain guns. But this also applies to playstyle, guys. I'm an extremely aggressive player, and I like to push things. I like to quickscope a lot. I like to just run at people and try and get as many kills as possible. That's not for a lot of people. A lot of people, they want to play for the win. They want to play smart. They want to focus on positioning. Then do that and focus on weapons that are going to make that a better experience for you. A lot of people aren't too aggressive and they like to use snipers. So a lot of their sniper supports, what they need is something that's actually pretty good in the mid-range. However, if they are a very aggressive player, their sniper support choice needs to be something that's pretty good between 0 and 10 meters and something that's not as good in the mid-range. And that's where you need to focus on your strengths and the way you play as an individual. So that's going to wrap up part 2 of this, and this is going to lead us into the third section. And I think overall, this might be the most important one. So you have to play to get better and not for your KD. I think a lot of people make the mistake of not understanding you aren't going to get a better KD unless you're a better player. There's no magic tricks to your playstyle you can really change up aside from things that are going to make you a better player. Don't be greedy. So many people will choose to finish one guy over plating, over reloading, over giving them a chance of killing 2 or 3 people. It is much better to kill 3 people for your KD than it is to kill one guy and just die. It is so much better to play for the overall clutch and the overall win rather than just sacrificing everything to get that one kill. So many people will put themselves in a terrible position just for one small kill. They're not going to take the time to play. They won't reload, as I stated before. And what they're going to do is they're just instantly going to shoot the down guy even when they know it's going to get them killed. Don't do those things, guys. You have to play smarter, you have to play better, and you have to focus on how to get better. That is how I took my KD from a 3.17 to a 3.4. But not only that, November of last year, when I returned to Warzone, I had a 2.6 KD and I now have a 3.4 KD. So this entire time, I've been continuously improving. I've been continuously getting better, and I've been continuously focused on how to get better, and that's how you get a good KD, guys. A good KD is not the result of you doing something crazy in your playstyle. It's the result of you just being a much better player. And being a much better player requires a ton of different little things, but that is for a whole nother video and a whole nother discussion another day. As I mentioned before in the last couple of videos, I'm getting super close to 800 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you. That's absolutely insane to me, because as I talked about a year ago, guys, I had 70 subscribers on this channel. So to be at almost 800 subscribers in comparison to where I was at a year ago is absolutely insane. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who helped make that possible. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been Ryan. I hope you have a good day. Peace.